Now, the Black Business Council is set to hold its annual two-day summit aimed at exploring solutions for the economic prosperity of the country, transformation and job creation. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo is at the summit and joins us now. Ntokozo, good morning to you. So several pressing issues that do need to be ironed out. Talk us through what's top on the agenda at the BBC.
Good morning, Dumisang. Indeed, a lot to really unpack when it comes to the state of the South African economy and just how it really puts bottlenecks for businesses to be able to thrive, and to give us a little bit of insight and set the scene for us on some of the issues that will be unpacked over the next 2 days. I am now joined by Khanki Matabane, who is the CEO of the Black Business Council. Thank you so much for your time. Now, we were speaking now just before we came on air of the several issues that need to be unpacked when it comes to the state of the economy and how it affects black business particularly. Talk us through what can be expected over the next 2 days.
Thank you very much for having us, and thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it. We have basically created a platform where senior government officials, senior ministers, senior CEOs of both private and public sector will be here to share the stage and share with us the potential solutions of how can we improve our beloved country. We love our country, but we're all aware that almost everything is going down. We have sessions, for example, a session that will deal with the electricity crisis. It's important that we deal with that and make sure that we get to a solution. But also we've realized that after electricity, the next issue will be water. So we've invited the Minister of Water here, and Sanitation here to come and say, and basically tell us what are the plans to make sure that the water system does not go the ESCOM route. We also have people who are going to be talking about localization. How can we use localization to create jobs in South Africa? We've got also the Minister in the Presidency to basically talk about what you call the political economy. It's important that we need to know from government what are the plans to get us out of where we are. We've invited other senior, for example, one of the people will be the former Minister of Finance, who's now the MTN chairperson, to also say from a business point of view, what do they want us as the Black Business Council to play, and what role can we play to make sure that we get us where we are, and also how can we utilize this 20 years of the Black Economic Empowerment Act to deepen economic transformation. As you may be aware, black people 29 years after democracy, they still owe less than 5% of the economy. If you look at the JSE listed company CEOs, 70% of them are white males, which basically tells you that we may not have moved that much far. So the intention of this summit, which was almost like a mini Davos in South Africa, is to say, how do we move forward? How do we entrench economic transformation? How do we entrench inclusivity? How do we grow the economy to make sure that we create employment? How do we reduce inequality? Because if we don't do that, the whole project of democracy is also threatened. Because we cannot continue to have the majority of the people excluded from the mainstream economy. So those are some of the issues that we'll be discussing.
Khaki, thank you so much for giving us or setting that scene for us. Of course, that's Khanki Matabane, who is the CEO of the Black Business Council in Tubisang, just laying the ground on some of the issues that will be dealt with from an operational level. Of course, issues of load shedding and crime, but also really digging into the topic of the week, really being around transformation and the pace of transformation. I will be updating through the day, but it's back to you, Dumisang.
That's Ntokozo Khumalo, business reporter out at the two-day Black Business Council Summit.